let's go live and put on the mic and see if we'll. My mic seems to be working. Let me reposition it a little bit so that it's probably a little bit better. Just test. So that seems to be working. And let's do the audio check for Oscar. Yeah, that does not work. So let's see. No, your audio is not coming through. So let's see why that is. Let's see if I can maybe do this one. And we will do a second audio test for Oscar.
Yay! Live from the Netherlands. It's Oscar. Yay!
We've got a signal from Oscar. And then, of course, from the United States of America, we've got Chris.
And from America, a good evening.
Okay, everything seems to be working, at least technically. And we've got the stream is live. I've checked that too, which was a problem last time that we tried to do this. Still don't know what happened back then, but anyway. We are...
things happened back then.
Yeah, things happened. Yeah.
Things and stuff.
Apparently. Anyway, so that's all on. The recording is on. So if all else fails, we still have the recording to get back. And
I've just switched microphones. This should be much better.
Oh yes, it is much better. Yeah, I did miss that.
Now you can hear the smooth sounds of my voice.
Exactly. I missed that the first time you did the audio check. It was more
every time I bring up Skype, it tries to use the webcam as the microphone.
Yeah, I know. You have to manually switch that off and go back. At least we now know where to go to when things don't work. Anyway, it is the 2nd of May, 2023. It is 9 o'clock, and we have been away for a while, but we are now back for another half hour of high-quality entertainment with your Grindelwald Bastards. Don't laugh.
Sorry. It's an involuntary reaction.
How much is the fish?
We've got a soundboard technician on board now, so he's gonna do scooter clips every now and then. So anyway, it's good to be back. Do we have that one?
Oh crap!
Wait! You put him on the spot now.
I just unboxed it.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's the wrong one. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, it's good. It is good to be back, and let's just try and pick up where we left. Sort of. I don't have a lot today. I've got one sort of tech gadget thingy that I might be able to show you and talk to you a little bit about. And there's Formula 1, obviously, that we can talk about. And then obviously Oscar's gadget, which we already heard a little bit about.
Is that a euphemism? Oscar's gadget?
Oscar's gadget.
Yeah, we're supposed to be keeping this for children, remember?
Yeah. But yeah, well, I think we've passed that point some time ago. So it's probably not. Yeah.
Well, and the big problem is that it's so long ago. I actually should have watched the last episode back, or maybe the last two, because to know what we already discussed and what we did not discuss.
Well,
what we discussed last time was you were going to buy the Lego Titanic and send one box to each of us.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we discussed that we were going to buy an Apple thing and send it around the world. I don't know. Something about that. But
Hang on, I think you might have lost a year.
Yeah.
Or two.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, Oscar, what was that thing? Oh, Oscar dropped his Saturn V rocket.
Oscar dropped his Saturn V.
Yeah.
Beautiful picture of it broken on the floor, which made me cry.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Oh, was that on the last show? Yeah. So in the meantime, I actually bought and did get the Land Rover.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, you were waiting for that. You said you ordered it, I think, back then. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
So it's there. So then for the next show, I will show the box and because I did not prepare it. No.
That would be nice.
You don't even have the box here?
No, I really do not have
That's just we're slipping, guys. This can't be good.
This is going to affect this is going to affect the quality level of the show.
Yes, exactly.
We have 38 subscribers now. We have to,
We have to keep them happy. Yeah.
we have to maintain a certain level of.
Oh, by the
I'm
way,
not sure if quality is the right word. But.
just just to we did go to see Inter Modelbouw. At least Oscar and myself and two others went there, which was great to do again. And I didn't plan on making another video about that. Again, not prepared at all. And then I was there and I thought, well, I might as well just make a couple of clips with my phone, and I just made some video clips with my phone, which was not even on 4K settings. It was on 1920 or whatever. But anyway, I didn't, I just took some pictures. And then I thought, well, let's just make a video out of it anyway. Let's see what happens. So I did like a low quality version of what we did last time, which was, of course, very brilliant. And this one was not as brilliant, but still probably entertaining enough. And we are over 500 views again. So for some reason, this Inter Modelbouw stuff really works. The only problem with it is that it doesn't bring us any more subscribers. Well, maybe one. But
It doesn't bring us any more kudos.
No, it doesn't do anything except a lot of views. But they don't think, oh, wow, who are those Grindelwald Bastards? Let's just look at their other videos and subscribe.
No, that's what's happened is they've looked at the other videos and gone, maybe we
No.
shouldn't subscribe.
Let's just see if they do the Inter Modelbouw. Yeah, it could be. But
We'll watch the channel once a year.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
yeah. True, but on the other hand, I somehow was watching YouTube the other night, and then I like to watch sometimes videos about koi fish and ponds.
Mhm.
But I stumbled across two crazy guys, very annoying guys in Florida, who are just with some fish nets trying to get all kinds of fish out of the kennels. And when they flood, the home ponds are overflooding, so the nice fish are in everywhere escaping, and they try to catch them and put them at his home in all kinds of fish tanks, etc., etc. The guy is annoying, but before you know it, you are watching a complete night. A stupid guy.
You don't get any sleep. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we have the same level of awkwardness to raise to that level, because I'm not sure if people really watch our show.
No.
We've got I mean sometimes we've got 2 or 3 views, but that could be 5 minutes, and then they think, well, no.
This is more just an excuse for the three of us to talk.
I know.
Yeah,
it's more about that anyway. But and it who knows. Maybe in 100 years from now, this will pop up somewhere, and we will all be dead, but very, very, very famous. So you never
That's
know.
worrying.
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. We are doing the Chris. We are doing this for the next generation.
Exactly.
That's what it's for. Yeah, just to disappoint everybody ahead of time.
Exactly. Yes. Well, let's talk about something really interesting. Maybe we should talk about Formula One a little bit. I did see the races, all of them, I think, but not live. So I watched the reruns.
Sprint format has changed, which completely confused me.
Yeah, because I'm now wondering whether I did not understand it how it was, or did it change? And you said it changed.
So
yeah,
it used to be that Friday you did qualifying.
Yeah.
And qualifying set the starting order for the sprint race.
Mm-hmm.
And then the finishing order for the sprint race set the starting order for the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what it is now is Friday qualifying sets the starting order for the Sunday race.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Saturday morning, they have something called the sprint shootout, which is like a mini qualifying session just for the afternoon sprint race.
Okay.
That determines the starting order for the sprint race, and the finishing order for the sprint race determines nothing.
Okay.
Just the points. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
points. Yeah.
it's like, but the whole point of the sprint race was to make the main race more exciting because it added the element of someone might change positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't get that too. Well, I never liked the whole sprint race idea anyway. I really did not.
I mean,
like
the good
it.
news is what this means now is if you really don't like the sprint race, everything on Saturday is to do with the sprint race, so it has no effect on the main race.
No,
You can now
so you just
watch
skip that.
qualifying on Friday
Yeah,
and know that the starting positions on Sunday are where they were on Friday.
exactly. You can just skip the whole Saturday and then just watch on Sunday, and everything it will be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that because I was wondering because myself, no, it was like this, and then I said, why is Max now second? And
Well, that was it. It was like,
I didn't understand.
why was Russell starting 11th in the main race but second or third in the sprint race? I'm like, what happened? And then I found out later they had this sprint shootout that determines the qualifying only for the sprint race.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So I dislike it as well. I really do not understand it, and it's to get more viewers and more people to the racetrack. But I'm actually indeed I think skipping the Saturday because
I was tolerating the sprint race because it's quite exciting and it had an effect on the Sunday start.
yes.
yeah.
But now they've done this. It's like, well, this now makes no sense.
No.
You've
I
done a
agree.
Grand Prix inside a Grand Prix.
Yeah, I don't get
And
it either.
you've doubled the number of chances for someone to destroy the car because
Yeah. Yes. Obviously.
now they could destroy it in the qualifying for the sprint race or the sprint race.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
who was it who crashed in the shootout that he was not able to drive
Gasly.
the sprint race? Yeah.
I think it was one of the Alpines. I think it was Gasly.
Yeah. Well, so sprint race, not a fan, and especially the format of how it is now. So that's that's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
it's a bit
and-
weird.
Yeah.
And what I also dislike is the fact that they only have now one free practice, and the cars go in how's it called in
Confinement.
Park Vermee.
Yeah.
Right for me.
Directly after the first training session. So 9 out of 10 times they needed a couple of sessions to get the best out of the car.
Yeah.
And what you now get is you do not get necessarily the best out of the car during the weekend.
No.
So people are struggling, and this time it was Max for sure who was struggling with his car. And if he would have had more time to play around during a training session, then that would probably not have happened.
He was going on about that he learned a lot, and there is something behind that because I have a feeling that was more deep than we might think. They learned strategy-wise. They learned a lot. I think they understand now that whole sprint race thing is probably not worth probably even doing, because what if you don't do the sprint race, or if you finish last at the sprint race, you use it just as extra training
Training.
time.
That becomes your practice
That
session.
becomes your practice session, and then you don't need to be in the
problem
front.
is there's points in the sprint race.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
but if the points are not covering up for winning the race or not, that might even be I don't know. But there was
It is points towards the season though.
But I think so the you get more points now, 8 points if you win the
finishing
sprint
first.
race. Yeah. So that's quite a chunk, I would say.
Yeah, that's
But
quite an
another thing
incentive.
is because the cars are already on the Park Vermee, you cannot change anything to the car anymore. Even if you think it's a practice session,
Oh, okay.
you are not allowed to change the car between.
So what
the
did he
sprint
mean?
race and
What did he? Then it was just what it was. They just know a little bit more about the car and how to set it up for the next race or something, for a street circuit, whatever. Okay.
I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I was glad that Checo got.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Checo got a good win. He was convincingly able to stay ahead of Max.
Yeah.
And both the Red Bulls were able to pass the Ferraris like the Ferraris were dragging parachutes.
Oh yeah. It's definitely Red Bull is looking good, and Perez is now finally apparently really getting to know the car and driving consistently good. So
I think it's because they've learned to set the car up for him. So instead of mirroring Max's setup, which is this sort of super nervous car, I think they finally understood. No, Checo has to have his own setup. You can't just mirror.
Yeah.
But did you hear Alonso's radio call through the race?
Yeah, that he
After he'd finished playing with his brake bias, he's like, "Give this brake bias to the other guy, because I think it'll help improve his car."
Yeah, that was fun. Well, I do like Alonso. I mean, having Alonso in the mix
typically Alonso, problem solving for everybody.
Yeah. I know, and I like that. I mean, it was quite a boring race because it was like, nothing really
it
exciting
was a procession.
And I never was a fan of Baku anyway. I don't know. I just don't like the circuit that much. But so to me, the race was pretty boring. Result was pretty good, or as good as you can expect. I mean,
if you want a boring race, look forward to Miami this weekend, where they're racing around a parking lot.
Yeah. We'll see.
It could be such a nice place if they use the stadium as well, just to drive through it,
or if they actually raced by the sea instead of putting a fake sea in and painting a fake sea in. You're literally 300 meters from the sea. Why are you not racing around the marina?
Yeah, true.
So the Miami race is just pointless to me.
Well,
it's as bad a venue as Sochi used to be. Sochi just used to be so boring.
True.
So, but anyway,
that's what it is. And for the rest, I mean, Formula One. How am I going to say it? It's the same as other years in one way, because people are, bumping into each other, blaming each other, but not as vigorously as normal.
We have a much stronger race up the front now, because it's not just Mercedes.
No.
It's now Red Bull, Ferrari, Aston Martin, and potentially Alpine or Williams now. Actually, I should qualify that. It's Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, Alonso, and potentially an Alpine or a Williams.
Yeah, that's
Alonso just keeps putting his car up in like 4th and 5th.
He's
just having a whale of a time. He's like, I've technically retired.
Yeah. He's just having fun now, no pressure, and just making the best of it and trying to help everybody to find the correct braking position.
And he's driving almost as good as he's ever done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He definitely is very. And he's dating what's her name? Anyway. I can't remember her name. Anyway, So Formula One. Let's see how it all goes. It will be interesting to see if it stays this way. If something turns. Halfway the season, something might change. Ferrari might get suddenly a better, or Mercedes might. You never know what happens. But it looks.
I was worried about Ferrari again this weekend, because they started talking about Plan C and Plan D.
Yeah. No, they didn't. There was all kinds of memes that finally there was the first race in I don't know how many that they did not make any stupid calls. So it's about time. So that's good. Yeah. So that's Formula One. And we'll just try and keep everybody updated on what we think about things that are going on. I mean, there's a lot of hate again against Max. I've seen in memes. A lot of people. Yeah, but it's getting worse again. Because they are, it's the Brits mostly.
I did learn
Mercedes.
2 things. I did learn 2 things this weekend. You can now damage someone else's car without repercussion, and you can overtake in the pit lane entry without problems. So that adds a new element to the race.
Exactly, and what was it? The press can just move freely along the pits before a race end.
That was weird. The fact that he'd done the whole race on one set of tires, it's like, I can see how that mistake got made, but at the same time, the people that open and close the pit lane would have known that he still had to come in.
Yeah, that was stupid thing.
But even if that was not the case, it's always the possibility during the race that the car comes in.
Yeah.
So it's strange that it was somehow allowed anyhow to.
That was a mistake. They will find a way to stop that. But
they'll find a way to blame that on Red Bull.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're going to change the rules so that it's a disadvantage to Red Bull and an advantage to all of the rest of them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
yeah.
The reason it was Red Bull's fault is because their pit box is right on the pit lane entry, so that's nice there.
I know. I think Michael Schumacher once won actually the race
In the pit lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he came in and changed tires, and then he crossed the finish line in the pit lane because his pit box was behind the line.
Oh, yeah.
And he did the whole race. I think it was Silverstone. He did the whole race on one set of tires, went into the pits, changed tires, and drove over the finish line.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow. I did not even know.
That rule's been changed.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well.
But on the crashing into somebody, creating a hole in your car, and that it's fine. I'm a little bit more how to say it, 50-50 on it. I think
you're supposed to give room. You're supposed to give a car and a half.
Yeah, but on the other
he
side,
gave him so little room, he drove into him.
Well, yeah, but on the other side, Max Verstappen would never have driven there if it was on Zandvoort or whatever. Then Max Verstappen would never have been on the outside there. He would already have given into, because otherwise he was completely out of the race now. So
did you see Alonso figured out there's another corner that you can overtake in Baku?
Yeah, that was nice.
Was it like turn 7 or something? And all the commentators were like, "Wait a minute, you can't overtake."
No, you should not do that. No. Stop.
What happened here? Yeah. Well, this is called racing. Yeah.
This is called an auto race. What was it? Toto. This is called a motor race, or what?
It's called a motor race.
Yeah.
I have news from Salt Lake City.
Oh.
People are discovering that when you build a house where there used to be a river, it's a problem.
Oh. Yeah.
So we've had record snowfall this year. We've had nearly double the amount of what we'd consider to be average snowfall this year in the mountains. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the last 3 days, it's been 30, 32 degrees. So it started the snow melt really quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of rivers that haven't had water in them for 50 or 60 years now have water in them.
Okay. Wow.
And streams and lakes that are showing up. Our park is it's a flood basin. It's designed to be a capture basin so they can fill it with water if they need to.
Yeah.
It normally just has a lake in the bottom of it, like a little pond. So the whole park is full of water now. So it's probably a meter higher than it's ever been.
Oh wow! Okay.
So and it's doing its job. It's stopping flooding elsewhere in the city, but nobody seems to understand that. They're like, "Why is the park closed? Oh my God, it's a disaster! The lake's overflowing."
Yeah.
They're controlling it. It's being allowed to fill up for a reason.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I flew my drone over there. I flew my drone last weekend to have a look, and then I'm probably going to put it up again this afternoon because I drove past the park a couple of hours ago and the water level was even higher. So it's impressive. I mean, it's probably 3 times the size. The lake is probably 3 times the size it normally is now.
Okay.
So
wow.
It's doing its job.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Oh, okay. But cool.
Is it giving problems to houses? Or
yeah, we've had 3 houses that have washed away. So, and there's another 2 in the same development that look like they're in trouble. And then there's one of the small streams that's about I don't know, maybe half a kilometer, maybe 3/4 of a kilometer from us, that has never flooded in living memory, and it flooded and went up onto the road. So people were out there with sandbags rediverting it so that it didn't go into people's houses. And then there's places in the south of the state where they're having houses washed away as well. So it's a good stress test for the system, because the last time they had this or anything close to this was in 1983, and it flooded the city center.
Okay.
And they've spent a lot of time after that modifying the infrastructure to try and prevent that from happening again. Okay. And then it's just never really snowed that much again. And now this year we've had more snow than we had in 1983 by a huge amount. So this is sort of the test year. In fact, the next 3 days are the 3 test days for whether or not the last 40 years of infrastructure are going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The mayor might be on the phone to people in Holland shortly.
yeah.
How do you do it? Yeah.
Hey, we suddenly have a lot of water.
Yeah.
Help?
Help? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good that they've changed that so that now it works, or at least it seems to be working.
In theory.
Its job. In theory, yeah. Well, it's a start. So okay, that's good. So how many? How long before you are going to Singapore, Chris?
September.
Okay, so it's
for the Grand Prix. So we'll be there
yeah.
for the Grand Prix weekend over the 15th.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we're gonna.
Oh, there is more news.
Okay.
I'm flying to Denver on Thursday to go and see the Polestar 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
So one of the 2 cars that I have on order, they sent me an invite as a pre-order holder.
Yeah.
And they're going to have them in Denver. So I was like, oh well, it cost me $200 to get a flight there and back, and $50 for a hotel. So I thought, let's just go and have a look.
Okay. Well, that's
cool. So I'll take photos. That I'll have something to show and tell next time we do the show.
That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm curious about what you think and how they're doing. So okay, that's cool. Well, okay. Denver is it's not that far away from you, is it? Well,
it's an hour.
It's flying. It's an hour fly. Yeah. So it's sort of.
So why not taking the car then?
Because it would be a 12-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
okay,
an hour versus 12 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. Take some pictures and let us know what you think. That might be might be interesting. Good.
I'll take pictures and video, and then I'll send them on the group chat, and then maybe you can pull one of them off the group chat.
I can definitely do something like that. Yeah, that's great. And Oscar, your gadgets. I mean, what's the story? You found them online somewhere, and you thought
your scooter box.
Gotta have it.
I was in Hamburg last week. And I was sitting in my hotel room late at night, and browsing. I think it was Facebook or whatever, and I follow Scooter on Facebook. Yeah. And there it came along and said, "Oh, it's finally in stock again."
Oh.
And then I thought, "Oh, what is it? I need to see what it is." And then I saw that it was a shout box with scooters.
Yeah. Scooter sounds
nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really
so
cool.
I thought, I need to have this one. Yeah.
I'm working in a hobby shop where they sell trains, and you've got sound modules in trains now, which you can obviously load sounds on. So I probably need to create a scooter sound train or whatever, and make a video of that.
Every time it blows the horn.
Yeah, it just goes like something scooter. Yeah. Okay, well, it's cool.
Respect to the man in the ice cream van.
Respect for the man of the ice cream van. Yeah, that's a classic.
It's cool, but there are 16 different sounds. I did not test them all. In the coming shows, I will.
You'll go through them
now and then.
And then you'll try to learn them and use them at the right.
I was going to say you have to print a little thing out so you know which one is which.
Well, there are little signs. Signs on top. So I know this one already.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
okay. Well,
the rest is
do some training on it, and then we might use it in the show.
Hey Paul, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? We're going to get a copyright hit from Scooter.
Exactly. This. Yeah. Oh yeah. This video will be copyright striked again. Now we have to blur that all out and oh no, what did we do? What did we do? Well, let's see if we can do it. Then I'll call Scooter and say what? I'll never come to you. Yeah. Maybe if we ask nicely, then we might be able to do it. Anyway, so I don't have a lot of news. Not really anything interesting. I'm just working all the time, and my life's a little bit boring now. But one thing I did manage to do is overcomplicate something.
Excellent.
Which I obviously should not probably have done, but we did my son's room, changed it to like more of a jungle theme, and he needed a clock, and we saw a really cheap IKEA clock. I don't have it here, but it's like almost a cardboard thing with little holes for the numbers. So they just punched holes where for what the numbers are, and it's just white with and it's only €2 or whatever. It was really, really cheap. So well, let's just take that. So yeah, it's white. I said, well, I can spray paint it easily because it's just white with the holes, so you don't have to take the numbers into account. You can just spray it any color you want, put the plastic back on it, put the thing in it, and it's fine. So yeah, let's do that. So I took that, and then I thought, well, that's all nice, but now we've got that to the background, you don't see the numbers that good. So I thought, oh wow, I need to probably put LED behind that and make the numbers like pop, So then I went looking for LED rings, and then I saw that you've got these NeoPixel LED rings, and NeoPixels are cool because you can do all kinds of stuff with it. And then I thought, well, there might be sketches for Arduino that do clock things, and then the numbers, the right numbers will lit up. So overcomplicating things. So what I did actually is I soldiered this contraption together, and the little thing on the end of the blue thing over here is like an Arduino Uno little board, and the thing that dangles below it is like a real-time clock. So this thing has a little battery in it, so it'll always keep time, even if I power off the Arduino. The sketch that's loaded on here will do something with this ring. And what I'm going to do now is very easily, or not, try and show you what happens if I power up the Arduino. Let's put it in the right direction. And then obviously the USB goes in the wrong way, another wrong way, and then the right way. And now it should probably, I don't know if you can see it, but it will do its his startup sequence. And then, but I'm not sure if you can see it, it has 3 colors. It has green, red, and blue, but it might not show. Maybe I should dim the lights a little bit, and maybe then it's easier to see. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah. This is better. Hey! So what happens now is that like 12 o'clock is at the top. And what it should do, it might be the wrong way around now, obviously, that the blue light is the seconds. And you could see it one by one. Yeah. And it's now covering the red. Which is hours, so it's just after 9 really, and now it goes all the way to 12. See if I can make that happen. And then it's 12, and then it will show it start again with the seconds. And now you can see the green is the minutes, the red is the hours. So it's 35, it's over half, and it's like 9:30, and then the whole thing goes back again. So I'm gonna put that behind the clock and see what effect that gives. I can change the colors. I can do in the code pretty much everything I want because I now understand what it does. So I can either use it this way, or I can just make a little block of LEDs where the hours are, because of this clock thing, I can read it and get everything out of this what I want. So that's really cool that I got it working. The big thing was to find sketches that I could control enough to make it all do what I wanted it to do. And then the real-time clock was the thing, because first I forgot to add that because I didn't think I need it, but obviously you do, because if you disconnect it from your laptop, the Uno itself does not keep time. So anyway, I'll just put this down for now. So what then happened was that the real-time clock obviously has some sort of time, and you need to put a time in it to sort of make it tell you the right time and then keep it. And I fiddled around with that for quite some time, and thank God for the internet. I googled, and somebody actually built a special sketch to set that clock. The way it is attached now, so it'll just come up with you just open your COM port monitor, and it will come up with text. Do you want to change the time? And I just put through the communications COM port. I just put in yes, and I can just put in all the numbers, and it will just set the clock for me. And then I load the other sketch, and it'll draw the correct time from it. So that was cool. But then it was an hour off, and I thought, oh well, I can just. It told me I set the right time in it because it told me the right time, but the clock itself was an hour off. So I couldn't understand why. And then I saw that they did like daylight saving time in the clock program, and obviously because it is daylight saving time now, the real time is an hour earlier.
Yeah.
So I put in the real like winter time, and now it's
Now you're
all
good to go.
Now it's all good. So this is really, really cool. So now I have to sort of just make it all happen and see. And then, of course, powering it is a thing. I'm now testing it with this large like power bank to see how much power it draws, because I probably can't run it on a couple of batteries because it will be drawn every day or two probably. So I will have to see how much power the whole LED thing, because it's 60 neopixels. So it's, it's probably quite a lot.
Big,
Yeah. So, and then I'll just have to probably do USB plug on it or whatever, see if I can power it through that, which is, then you have a wire under your clock, but well, that's the way it is. So we'll see how that goes. But now it's already running for 2 days on this power bank, which is quite big, to be honest, but just to get a feeling of how much power it draws. But anyway, so tinkering.
Do you guys remember the cosplay guns that we talked about? Now you're talking about neopixels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you remember this?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So can you see the...
Yeah, the lights there. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah.
So I took the cover off the other side. That's exactly what I have here.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a smaller version of this ring is actually 4 parts, 4 quarters of a circle.
Yeah.
So I soldered it all together, but those are the small ones, and those were too small for the clock, so I had to use the bigger ones. But it's the same sort of thing. And did you use an Arduino also on it?
Yeah, so inside this gun, there's a battery, 2 sets of neopixels, and the Arduino, and all the wiring.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So it's, there's a lot of stuff crammed into here.
Yeah.
And then I put like a little piece of foam on it, like that.
Yeah. So that it diffuses it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so that it diffuses it, and then this piece.
Oh yeah.
Sticks on the side of the foam. Like that.
Cool.
And then you get that effect.
Really cool.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the same. It's a micro Arduino with 2 sets of neopixels connected to it.
Yeah.
So I probably looked at the same sketch you did to start with. How do I light the colors?
Exactly. Yeah. I do like tinkering that way, just trying to figure out how it works and do a little bit of coding and see what if I do this, what's happening, and it's really cool to do. So that
excellent.
It's really cool.
I want to see the finished clock now.
Yeah, I will probably build it somewhere the next couple of days, and then I'll make a video of it or whatever, and try.
Then you can open your own store, and we can sell Grindelwald Bastard clocks.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, we just use the red, blue, and white or whatever LEDs, and then
LTT store for Linus.
Yeah. Let's do our own merch.
GWB store, Grindelwald Bastards.
Grindelwald Bastards merch store. Yeah, that'll be. That's a good idea, actually. Another good idea. Anyway,
then you'll have stickers and a clock.
Yeah.
But then we also should create clothing for skiing.
Oh yeah.
And,
definitely.
And for cycling and
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we really want Grindelwald Bastards spandex though.
Yeah, we'll ask.
That's not a good luck because one of us is going to have to model it for the store.
Well, we can probably find. Yeah. We can probably find somebody nicer to. That's another thing. We'll just do auditions for.
I mean.
I'll model the American plus sizes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's great. Okay, guys, let's. I think this has been enough fun for today. Let's
try and get together again next week.
Wrap this up. Yeah, let's definitely do that. We've got some real content then, because Chris will have seen his Volvo, and I might be able to finish up the clock, and we'll try and maybe we can even fill an hour again. And
then Oscar will know what all of his scooter sound effects are.
Exactly, and he can put the right sounds in the right areas, in the right spaces, and maybe show his Land Rover. So,
Yes.
Excellent. Yes.
Everybody, thanks again for making it to the end of this show. We are very proud of you, and
At least
we
we
know
made it.
it's a hard thing to do.
yeah, it's very hard. Yeah.
Well, the three of us made it, so
Yeah, that's always the same. Yeah, I don't know if I mean, Edwin has probably we've lost Edwin probably because I haven't heard anything from him, but he didn't know that we were go on live again. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, let us know what you think, and we'll try to be back next week with more fun and laughter. Okay, bye bye.
yes.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.